Hey y'all, what's up? It's Jesse Both. Sorry about my voice. I seem to have contracted some bronchitis, but I'm going to do my best to fill you in on some updates for the rookie Hollywood tournament. I played both of my rookie accounts today, and I feel I needed to make a new video to update you on some of my suggested changes to the way you may play your round. So we're going to go ahead and get started on hole number one. I'm also going to try to remember to update these wins so you'll know what you're going to be going up against in these holes of the tournament. So we're going to start with hole number one. And first of all, you're going to see off the tee box, you're going to see a wind like this right here. Okay, and it could be anywhere from 5 down to like 3.5. And it also depends on what kind of ball you use, with what kind of wind resistance you use. On this hole, I don't really feel that it's necessary to use a wind resistance ball, but if you have some extra ones and you want to, go ahead. Nothing much has changed for your drive on this hole. You're still going to be trying to land it in this zone right here and bounce it over here with a little bit of curl. If you use the extra mile, you can use a little bit of topspin, but don't make sure not to use too much because you don't want to go through that fairway and into those bunkers. You can probably use your quarterback or rock if you want. I used the rock on my account and I got an eagle on the first hole. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to land it in this zone right here to give you a second shot straight at the hole. From there, I used my thorn and I used about 4 bars of backspin. I lined the end of the line straight into the right corner of the cup and took my shot after I adjusted for the wind. There is a small ridge at the back of the cup. If you go a little bit past, you do have a chance to roll back down into the hole. Some people too opt to try for this crazy hook shot, where they land here, bounce over, hit here, roll onto the green. That is definitely a possibility. I don't know if it's such a possibility in rookie, depending on the clubs you have. Maybe if you have really, really good clubs in rookie, you can do it. But it's still a very risky shot, and I feel that you have just as good of a chance making the eagle from the early, that spot right there. So let's go ahead and move on to hole two. Hole 2, par 3. I got an ace on this hole. I will be uploading my videos from each hole of my rookie -15 round, and that was my guest account, rookie account. And then I will be uploading those videos so that you can see them later on tonight. The strategy that I used when I made that ace was I landed it right in this area right here. I line up the yellow circle of my bullseye right there up against that rough line, and then from there I usually have the edge of, let's say that's the hole, I usually have like the edge of the line like right there, and I use that kind of natural slope in the green to roll it into the hole from there, and that's what I did on my shot. What you do is you line your ball up, the yellow circle down here, and then from there you would adjust for your wind. If you want to go with a more conventional approach, you will be landing the ball on the green with a lot of backspin and maybe a little bit of curl. Not curl, a little bit of side spin. I would suggest just using backspin, and if you're using side spin, that would be only to straighten your shot out toward the hole, and you would take a pretty direct approach at the hole. And the wind for this hole, before I forget to tell you that, is going to be like that, and it was 6.0 miles per hour. Okay, and that was, I think that was with basic ball, so that wind will change depending on the kind of ball that you use. Once again, I'm sorry for my voice. I know it's going in and out. All right. So let's move on to hole number 3. Not much has changed on this hole from what I told you in the initial video. The wind is going to be a wind of about 4 miles per hour. I'm blowing it that way. So my advice is you can use your extra mile, or even I use the rock, because to me the distance off the tee isn't quite as important as the positioning of where you land it and staying safe. You want to make sure you stay out of this rough area over here. So off the tee box, I like to shoot for this shot right here and land it in this zone. If you do want to go and overpower it some, you can possibly go up into this area as well. But to me, that's a little bit more of a risky shot, and I would rather play it safe, because you have just as good of a chance at the albatross from either zone. Keep in mind that the green has changed a little bit. It is more bumpy. And I think I had suggested to go approach in from the left-hand side of the green. But I think going straight at it and just maybe having a little bit of luck involved in your shot to get that Jessica is probably your best bet and best approach on this hole. Your second shot going to the green is going to be have a wind blowing like that. So tailwind on both shots, going pretty straight towards the hole, which should help on that second shot. All right, next hole. This is our first par 3, and this is our new par 3 hole. Our first new par 3 hole. And what you're going to be doing on this is zoom in a little bit. You can either land it in this zone right here, or you can land it off this side of the hill right there. And some people are landing it over here. Both of the side shots require a good amount of side spin, and even some backspin. If you go to the right, you definitely want to use a little bit of side spin to the right to counteract the slope of that hill, and maybe a little bit of backspin to adjust to get that ball aligned going towards the hole. Going from the left side, you're going to want to use the backspin and just kind of change your spins, the way you want to get them going towards the hole. The approach that I'm going to use is I'm going to go from the straight center spot, and you want to line it. You want to try to land it as close to that rough edge as possible, so that you get the little slope that bounces your ball up in the air, so that it goes over the ridge. You want to go over this ridge right here and roll to the hole. If you do hit that ridge, there's a possibility that you might get kind of like a fringe glitch, and the ball will roll straight through the green into the bunker. So I would suggest either going with like no top spin or barely, no bottom backspin or barely any backspin. I think I went 1/2 a bar, and I ended up pretty close to the hole. That video will be on my website as well later on tonight. All right. Next hole we have here, and just we'll go back to that hole real quick. The wind you will be seeing is going to be like that, so some headwind. All right, we'll go on to the next hole now. Number 5, hole 5, par 5. I suggest you either bring your big dog to make sure you get to the green on your second shot. You can possibly bring your guardian or sniper. If you bring in the sniper, keep in mind you'll probably have to overpower it with a lot of topspin to make the green. For this hole, you want your drive to hit this section, bounce over here in this area right there. You do want to stay away from this far edge, because these trees are still in play and you do not want to have to contend with hitting those. So stay in this zone right here, and your second shot can go straight to the green. With the big dog, you should have plenty of distance, maybe 1 or 2 bars of topspin to get there, depending on how far up the fairway you hit your drive. It is okay to go past the hole a little bit. You'll still have a putt from the green, or even on the fringe behind the green is still a very makeable chip. You do not want to go short on the front of the green, though, because that will be one of those putts that you do not have a long enough distance with your putter to make. Okay. And next hole. Alright, this is our first new par 4 that we have to deal with. I would suggest using either a rock, possibly Thor's hammer, or if you're going to go straight, you can continue to use your extra mile. But if you do want to go left to that little fairway, or even if you want to go left and try to skip it onto the green, I would suggest using the club with more accuracy and curl, something your extra mile does not have. If you're going to use your extra mile and go straight, that's fine. I would suggest making sure you get into one in that area right there, and maybe using a little bit of backspin, because your ball will roll through the fairway and into that rough in the back. From there, you will have a decent shot at the green, and you will be tripping to an uphill sloping green, so make sure you have enough on your ball to get to the hole. If you do decide to go to the left and curl it straight to the green, you will be landing in this zone right here, and you want to try to have your ball guide just enough over the top of that bunker with some backspin to kill your shot onto the green. You might roll through the green and onto the fairway behind the green, but that's okay, and it's a fairly easy chip still. That's what I did in my round, and I was able to make the chip. That video will be uploaded as well. Now, the third approach that some people will try is where they try to hit the ball right in here and skip it over to the second fairway to the left right there. The rock or the quarterback will be a good club to use on this shot, making sure you use backspin to stop it on that second fairway, and also a full left spin and full curl on your shot. My suggestion would be to aim it. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Okay, my suggestion would be try to aim it like to land right in there. Use that rough to deaden it and to roll it out to this zone right there. If that's the shot you want to attempt. Alright, now we're moving on to our next shot, and this is hole number 7. This par 3, in my opinion, there's really only one way to go at it, and that's using this area right here to bounce it over onto the green. You're going to use some side spin to compensate for the wind. The wind is blowing 5.1 miles per hour, somewhere in that area, in that type of direction. So you're going to use a little bit of left spin to straighten the ball back up with the hole, and use some backspin. My suggestion is to try to use enough backspin to deaden it about halfway between the edge of the fringe and the hole, and maybe get lucky enough to roll into the hole for your ace on this hole. Alright, we're going to do hole number 8 now. This is a par 4. I know in my last video I said it was a par 5, but I kind of got ahead of myself. This is definitely a par 4. And if you are lucky enough to get an eagle on this hole, you probably will be gaining a stroke on everybody. But you definitely want to try to get the birdie on this hole. So first off, let me give you what the wind is going to be like. Both winds are, the first wind for your drive is going to be a tailwind. It's going to be a tailwind, and then you'll have a headwind for your second shot. Okay? We talked about the different places you can drive. My suggestion would be to drive it right to this place and jump it up into this section right here. From there, you'll have a pretty easy second shot to the hole. If you do drive it to here, you do have a chance at the hole still, as long as you have a large wood like a big dog or something. But it's going to take a pretty decent shot to get it there. I do see some people driving it, hitting here, and bouncing it over and driving it over here. There's definitely another option that you have. But if you do that, you will have a tougher second shot to the hole. In my opinion, taking your shot here and then taking your second shot here and bouncing it over to the hole is your best chance at an eagle, and definitely will give you a good position for your birdie. And you can watch me play this hole on my YouTube channel, and I'll have that video uploaded later today. When you're making your second shot, I would make sure to give yourself a little bit of leeway room to jump over that water, just because you don't want to hit the rough on the front part of the green and roll back into that bunker. But you do want to use enough backspin where you do stop the ball on the green, and you definitely do want to try for that eagle if you have the chance, but make sure you get that birdie. Alright, next hole. This is hole number 9. On the rookie tour, you definitely want to get an eagle on this hole if you want to contend for a medal this weekend. Your best bet is to take your driver, which I used a level 4 rock. When you're adjusting your aim on the shot, you can aim it right in here, okay? And you'll end up landing it out in here. With enough side spin and left curl, you should be able to land in this zone right there off the tee box. Don't be scared if when you're lining up your drive, the ball is kind of going into those trees, because when you add your curl to the ball, it will cause your ball to go around those trees and land in the zone fine and jump. I used the 1 bar of topspin I get with the rock and full side spin plus full curl on the shot. I did not go to landscape mode. I just used the curl that was given to me on my device. So this shot is the shot you can make with your Apple product. Now, on this second shot, you're hopefully going to be in this zone somewhere. And I used my big dog on this shot with a lot of curl. I used some backspin and right spin because I want to land it right in there and jump it to this green area. Hopefully land in there and roll onto the green. I ended up over there in the rough, which from there I was able to chip it in. Or actually, no, I landed right on the edge of the green where I was able to put it in for the long putt. But you want to make sure you use that backspin to stop it either on the green or around the green. Using topspin will make your ball go through the green, up there, possibly into the rough or the bunker, something you don't want. That pretty much sums up the 9 holes that I played today. The biggest takeaway I'd say is I went from using the extra mile, thinking I was going to use the extra mile, to using the rock my whole round, and I was able to shoot a -15 level 4 rock. The curl in the rock, is greatly helpful, and actually the lack of ability to have a really long, shot with the extra mile kind of saved me, I think, and stopped me from having to worry about thinking, am I going to hit the ball too far on my drive into the rough? It seemed to be like the perfect amount of distance on the shot. Yeah, I would definitely suggest using the rock. Even using the quarterback is also an option. So y'all make sure to check out my videos that I post tonight, and they will be of the actual holes that I played today, and they will be played the way that I showed you on this video. So hopefully y'all have had luck in the tournament if you've already played. If you haven't played, good luck to you all. And if you have any questions, just drop me a comment in my comment section under the video, and I definitely will get back to you. Luckily, my channel's small enough where I can respond to everybody in a very timely manner. So definitely I'm here to help you all and help you improve those scores in the tournaments. Hopefully y'all can get a banner, bronze, silver, or hopefully a gold. Hopefully y'all have a good day. Hopefully my voice gets a little bit better. Sorry for the lack of voice. Y'all have a good day.